please subscribe so that Google's algorithm will promote our channel across YouTube and attract unsuspecting victims who will also laugh at our dumb crap.
And you'll fall head over heel in love with us because we're so cute.
We're adorable.
Off the top of my head, my wife has to approve, of course.
One way to test for a hidden price objection is to suggest that the customer might want to consider a lower priced model. Keep in mind, however, that you also want to ensure that the customer saves face.
I had a father that it didn't matter what my mother thought, he'd come home with whatever he bought. If she said don't buy a red car, he'd buy the brightest red car he could find. If she said don't buy a car, he'd go buy a car. He was crazy like that. He loved to buy cars and boats.
I was looking at a 420 and I feel them just backing away, knowing that the price is a little bit too much for them. I'll tell them, say, you know, if you're really not comfortable with that size car, maybe I should suggest to you, you know, even considering a 300 series and go into, it costs you X number of dollars to get into that series, rather than ever embarrassing them by saying, you know, let me suggest a lesser price car to you.
Well, you look like the kind of customer that can't afford an S-Class, so how about if we get you into the C-Class, the crappy class?
Now, we recognize that even the best sales consultant is not going to be able to overcome every objection.
I'll say take it to your wife and show it to her. And say, oh, my wife isn't home, or I can't get to her, or something like that. At that point, you just say, bring your wife back, or if you want, call me up, I'll go show the car to your wife for you. And a lot of times, husbands like that. Husbands like the salesman to take the car and sell the idea to his wife.
Oh, Lord. I brought this car over to show your wife. What a great vehicle this is. I even wore my fancy boots. If that guy showed up at my house with a car, I would be like, where's my shotgun? I don't think I've ever seen a car dealership do that.
Well, this is Mercedes-Benz. They go the extra mile to please the customer, especially the customer's wife.
Karen?
Yeah.
To suggest that they could bring their wife in, or if they want to, we can take the car to their wife and pick up the wife.
Is there anyone else that's going to be helping you make this decision? Now, if they say, yes, my wife, well, at that point you can say, great, where is she now? If she's home or at the office and it's local, why don't we take the
quiet
test
on the
drive and
set
drive
there.
over and
We're
let
trying to
her see the
shoot
car?
this
Or at that
car
point,
salesman
I'll
video.
volunteer. I'll sit there and say, you know, do you have to consult your wife?
That was my whip.
Yes,
Did you?
I heard that.
Just went for the road.
Uh-huh.
Now this is what you're going to enjoy about this particular car, is the legroom in the back seat. If you want to have a seat in there.
That is huge.
Well, I wouldn't expect to sit in the back, but it'd be nice for someone
Sure.
to have. This is terrific. God.
Okay, so
Isn't
the
that
guy's
nice?
paying for this car,
I've
and
decided
he
I
has
want
to
the large
sit in
one.
the back seat while his wife is
I'm going to pay most
in
of
the
it, I
driver's
think,
seat.
You're going to pay most of it?
Oh my God!
I'd like to make the point that my heart probably would lie in that car, and if I'm giving in this situation, perhaps the next time we buy, brownie points.
Perhaps.
How about color selection? Maybe we'll let Dana
This is the
choose
weirdest
the color.
transaction I've ever seen.
Black looks awfully nice.
Black looks nice.
I mean, I guess I don't have any choice in that.
Right. Does it come in this kind of gray?
She doesn't have any choice. She has no say in
Oh,
this.
sure.
Because I've always
She's practically running the whole negotiation, and she has no choice.
Okay.
Karen's bitch factor's
Do you like
coming
this gray?
out.
Oh my God!
I like this color with the stripes.
It's called smoke silver. Smoke
It is
silver's.
silver, it looks
Now you know what it's called? Shut the f*** up,
It's a
Karen.
silver taupe, I think.
Would that come in
Get
that
what
light
you get,
silver with
Karen.
this light gray?
So this video perfectly demonstrates why husbands shouldn't bring their wives to a car dealership. Just come home with the new car, say, hi honey, I got a new car. What's for dinner?
Karen wants to be there. And she wants to smoke silver. But I think the car is for her. It's not for him.
So he drives home in the Pinto and she gets the...
He's got the Pinto.
she...
He's got the fire starter Pinto. Karen, she's a little crazy.
I'll just go back to work, ma'am, and you can go buy the smoked silver.
The 400 class.
You know, she just completely ruined that man's day.
Well, he married her. We've been friends for years, and I needed a new car. And he kept telling me to buy a Honda, and I kept telling him, no, I want a Toyota. And he kept saying, no, and buy a Honda. And I kept saying, no, I'm buying a Toyota. So we were driving by the Honda. He's like, oh, turn in here. So I kept going to the Toyota. This Karen isn't going to be told she wants a Honda. And what did we drive out in later that day? A Toyota.
My trial close is, you know, you can take it with you today. You can treat yourself to the new car today. Some of them go, really? And when they say really, then you know you got a live one.
Oh my God.
I'm prepared to sell you a 300E
Okay.
at $37,000.
1980s money.
Well, I appreciate that 0.05 discount you gave me on it. But I still got to go run it by Karen.
But what does a person need with a car that expensive? I mean, it's just a car. You own it for maybe 10 years and that's it. I mean, it's not... I mean, it still gets you from point A to point B and back. And yeah, it looks nice and it maybe drives good, but...
Well, it's to make you look like you're rich.
There's nothing worse to me than having somebody pull out of here and have something go wrong with that new Mercedes-Benz. That was our fault.
Personally, I like to go over all the woodwork to polish it to a very high finish so there are no fingerprints on there.
I find out what kind of musical taste they have when I sell them the car. And prior to delivery, when I'm demonstrating the radio, I'll pre-program in the stations they like into the radio.
Wow.
That guy watched too many Tom Selleck shows.
I mean, that's pretty sweet. I mean, you buy the car and on delivery, it has all your radio stations all pre-programmed.
Mine did.
Oh, yours did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
A good presentation is a combination of attitude, time, and a touch of theatrics.
And I want to make sure they feel special. They feel that I feel it's special.
That he is reinforced in the decision that he made. Let's face it, it's not an easy decision to spend from $20,000 to $60,000 almost on an automobile.
$60,000 on a car, 1980s money.
Mm-hmm.
You could buy a house.
Well, it's the prestige.
Filling up the tank in front of the customer is an excellent example of delivery theatrics. Once the delivery has been made, you'll want to make follow-up calls several days later to be sure that the customer is fully satisfied.
Salesman sent me beautiful, beautiful flowers and a nice letter thanking us, and oh, the flowers were just gorgeous. And each year, well, I've only had that one, both not even a year yet, but at Christmas time I received a lovely card from the service department.
Wow. From the service department.
Yeah, because it's going to cost about as much as the car to fix it. I went to the dealer, won't name the name, and which probably would have been any Toyota dealer. And they, they do the maintenance for free for the first 3 times, something. And then, so afterward you go pick it up, they give you a paper and it says everything that you may need or you're going to need in the future. And on it, every time I go, which filter is it?
It was an engine air filter and a passenger air filter.
It was the engine filter that they said I needed. And every time I pick the car, in my last one too, every time they always say I need that filter. But I always say no to it because it's like $80. I did sucker into the engine air one. And I think it was $37, $40 with tax. And then the other one was going to be like closer to $80. And I was like, no, I'll just get the one. I'll have to get the other one later. So then I told you when I got home, and he changed it.
You can get a passenger air filter and you can get an engine air filter for about $10 each on eBay. And it takes about 5 minutes to install. Anybody, and I mean anybody, can do it. A child can do it. It's that easy.
Mm-hmm.
So consumer tip, the next time you take your car to a dealership and they try to tell you that you may need this or may need that, look in the owner's manual, because that that booklet will tell you exactly what you need at what mileage you'll need it at.
Mm-hmm.
Don't trust the dealership when they try to upsell you on that. It is a scam. I don't care how expensive your car is. I don't care how fancy the dealership is. You can do that on your own. You don't need the dealership.
Yeah, or you make him do it. It was great. I got a filter and the butt crack showing.
My butt crack was not showing.
It was like plumber pants.
Oh my